Hello everyone, this is Darcy here. This is my review on Fury, the seventh book of Legacy of the Force. I'm on the final three books, and I'm almost there. Very soon I'll go back further in the timeline. I'm referring to backwards, back to reading Outbound Flight, which was something that I had a vote for, and I'll get to that. So be a little bit more patient with me, guys. I'm gonna be there soon. Fury takes place not too long after the events of Inferno. At this point, in my opinion, at this point in the series, this is when Jacen Solo truly becomes Darth Caedus. Um, he's not Jacen anymore. He's more of a Sith now, and at this point, if you are a fan of Jacen Solo like myself, it's very difficult to root for him. In fact, I find it almost impossible due to the fact the things that he does. It's like he kidnaps a child, Alana, which you can't help but feel bad for Tennille K for that happening. To see the man she loves, could turn into a complete monster, and kidnapping his own daughter, and you can't help but feel bad for the for for her and Han and Leia, considering Han and Leia have been through so much, and to see their son turn into one of the most evil people since Emperor Palpatine is very heart wrenching. I can't imagine someone in that situation how they would deal with it, but they didn't break up over it like they did for Disney canon. So yeah, another thing that happened in this book, the bitch that has been stalking the Solos ever since the events of the Dark Nest trilogy. She is finally dead, and the person that did it was Jag. Jag, finally completed, what he was set out to do, and it was really cool. I mean, it's not very often that non-Jedi get to kill Jedi, and the way he killed her I felt was awesome. I mean, he used his skills and his wits to win his fight with her. It was amazing. The space battle towards the end of the book, I felt was the best in the entire series. I could visualize what happened in the death, the destruction of Centerpoint Station. It's a big deal in this because not only is it the most powerful super weapon ever built in the Star Wars universe at this point, it unleashes an entity which plays a huge role in the next series, which I'll eventually read and review. So I'm not going to discuss that. Um, Ben Skywalker, I like his moments with his dad, Luke. Luke Skywalker is, ever since the death of Mora, he hasn't been the same person. He hasn't been really leading the Jedi Order. And unlike Disney canon, he doesn't just leave and hide on a fucking island and die. Ben actually helps his father by having him make him see what he's doing is wrong, and how his mother would not want him to do this, and how Mora would not want him to do this to himself. And Luke Skywalker, even though he's still in pain, he acts like the Jedi that we all know and love. The reason why I'm bringing this up because The Last Jedi is a huge controversy as of this recording, and considering that Luke Skywalker has gone through similar failures in here, well, rather than failing the Jedi Order, he failed to protect what was the most important to him. Mora died, essentially his other half, and Luke for the rest of his life is probably going to be a lonely old man. With anyway, I'm going to get further. I'm going to get to the next subject. Jacen Solo. It's like I said earlier, it's becoming increasingly difficult to root for him. I mean, I did in the beginning. I couldn't help but root for him because because I saw logic what he was talking about, but I feel like Jacen has become the very thing that he swore to destroy. He's become, he's almost as bad as Palpatine. Not quite as bad. I mean, Jacen has logical reasons for doing what he's doing, but Jacen just some of the things that he does is questionable. And I'm not doing this from a writing standpoint. I'm just going by the character. He kills an officer on the front bridge, which for everyone to see, which will have ramifications later. I'll speak about that when I review Revelation. Jacen pretty much lost everything by this book. He has nothing left. His daughter was taken from him. And towards the end of the book, Leia and Han find out they had a granddaughter, which was a pretty emotional moment, considering the fact that, what they would have to do to Jacen, later in the series. They hint about a training with, Jaina training with Boba Fett, which I'll talk about that in Revelation. So they set things up. Oh yeah, Jaina Solo also her arc, what that started towards the beginning of this series, comes full circle where Jag pretty much calls her out on the way she's been acting throughout the whole series, and it was great because it finally pulled Jaina out of what she was doing earlier, because what she was doing was actually making things worse for herself than helping. And that's pretty much the end of my review for Fury. It's not as good as my other reviews, to be honest. I will not lie. But I'm getting close to the end. The next time I talk about this series, I'll be reviewing Revelation, the second to last book. And I can't wait for it. May the Force be with you, guys, and see you guys in the next video. Later.